Let's talk about the most exciting neighborhoods in Austin, Texas. When people are moving to Austin, I find that they want one of three things. Number one, to be completely removed from Austin itself. They don't want anything to do with the traffic or hustle and bustle of Austin itself. Or they want to be within a reasonable distance to the action, but not necessarily right in the middle. And number three, they want to be smack dab in the middle of the action. In this video, I'm going to highlight some of the most popular neighborhoods that get you close proximity to the core of Austin and what many people ultimately love about the city itself. Now, as we dive into some of these areas, keep in mind they are in no particular order other than we're going to work our way west to south to southeast. And let's go ahead and start with downtown Austin because you really can't get any closer to the city center than when you're in downtown. Living in downtown Austin offers incredible walkability, which may be obvious, but there are so many shops, restaurants, and of course businesses. So if you're working nearby, it's incredibly convenient. But a lot of people really want that walkability when they're moving to Austin, and this is one of the few spots that you can actually accomplish that. In addition to those perks, you're also minutes away from Lady Bird Lake, where you'll find people jogging, kayaking, all sorts of outdoor activities, essentially in your backyard when you're downtown. Now, the downtown area is the heart of the city, so you'll find modern skyscrapers mixed with historic buildings from back when Austin was actually a small town. If you can believe it or not, that was once a small town. Whenever I think of living in downtown, what I love about that idea is the fact that there's an abundance of dining options. So from super good street side bites served from food trucks to more of your upscale restaurants scattered about, you really have absolutely everything you could possibly want. Austin's live music scene, if you don't already know, is fantastic. So you'll find iconic venues with local talents and even international sensations downtown. So it's a really neat spot to be, incredibly convenient, of course. What's also really cool about living downtown is that during our festival months, many people who live in a lot of the condo and apartment buildings down there can actually listen to the live music and a lot of these big acts from their balconies, or even from a kayak on Lady Bird Lake if you're behind Zilker Park and some of these other spots where you can hear the music. If you're into exploring things like art galleries, museums, or even being near nightlife, living in downtown definitely promises more of that engaging and incredibly convenient experience. So you can't go wrong if you like all of those things. If I were to live in Central Austin, it would likely be in Tarrytown. What I absolutely love about this neighborhood is really the wide array of architecture. You'll find restored historical homes to modern McMansions, as they say. Tarrytown overall is an upscale, more tranquil neighborhood that kind of merges the suburban comfort with urban accessibility. You're nestled within the city's vibrant landscape. You'll find tree-lined streets, elegant homes, and even parks within the neighborhood, all while being just a stone's throw away from downtown and all of Austin's many attractions and employment opportunities. What's extra special about this Tarrytown spot is that you're also blocks from the Colorado River, aka Lake Austin, which is great for boating, kayaking, or even enjoying some of the restaurants along the water, which you'll find in this Tarrytown area off of Lake Austin Boulevard. In Tarrytown, you also have Deep Eddy Pool, which is a historic man-made swimming pool. It actually began as a swimming hole in the Colorado River, which is kind of neat. You also have the conveniences in the neighborhood, your neighborhood grocery stores, boutiques. You also have the Lions Municipal Golf Course. So you have a golf course in Tarrytown, again, minutes from downtown, incredibly convenient. It's also home to the exclusive Westwood Country Club, which you'll find that memberships are by invitation only, so you may want to make some fast friends if that's something you're interested in. Overall, Tarrytown offers an exceptional balance between a very nice neighborhood with mature vegetation, convenient amenities, again, all while being just minutes from downtown Austin. Before I dive into the third most exciting spot in Austin, I want to welcome you to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. My name is Aubrey von Behren. I'm a licensed real estate broker here in the area. I've been in Austin for about 14 years now and absolutely love sharing everything that I've learned over that period of time. Please be sure to hit that like button so others can find this information a little more easily. And if you're happy with the content I'm putting together for you, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you're alerted of the new videos that I'll be putting out for you weekly. If you're planning a move to the Austin area or within Austin, be sure to call, text, or email. I would love to be a resource for you along the way. Now let's go ahead and dive into the third most exciting area within Austin. Now we're working our way slightly south. This particular neighborhood is another incredibly popular spot because of its relaxed atmosphere, really nice homes, and convenience to the outdoors and downtown itself. This particular spot that I am referencing is Zilker, and it varies a lot from Tarrytown in many ways, which I'll highlight. In Zilker, you'll find a combination of old Austin bungalows all the way up to multi-million-dollar new construction homes. Much of the development in recent years, and this being a prime real estate location, many of the older homes though are being torn down and new ones being built. With that being said, there's still very much variety in the neighborhood, and many of the older homes have been updated and incredibly well maintained. When you're in Zilker, you're incredibly close to Zilker Park itself, where people love to catch some sun and where many of our festivals are hosted, including Austin City Limits, the big 2-weekend festival that's put on each year. Because of this really close proximity to Zilker Park, many residents will actually rent out their houses or even a bedroom during those festival weekends, which can often pay their mortgage for a month or two. Zilker itself offers really nice walkability along the popular Barton Springs Road itself, which takes you to Barton Springs Pool and Zilker Park, of course. So all of it is incredibly walkable or a very short drive away from you in Zilker. You also have access to Lady Bird Lake for kayaking and water activities that I've mentioned and highlighted in some of my other videos as well, so be sure to check that out. You're also incredibly close to some of my favorite restaurants on South Lamar, which takes you right into downtown. Now, as we work our way east, you'll find this particular neighborhood situated between South Lamar and South Congress, which are both main arteries into downtown. They run north and south into and out of downtown. This particular neighborhood is called Bolden Creek, and it's a really neat spot, fairly similar in terms of the type of homes you'll find in Zilker as well. In Bolden Creek, you're located a little more centrally on the map and able to take advantage of all of the things that I mentioned previously, both in Zilker and even Tarrytown. You're not very far. Bolden is also a little bit closer to our popular South Congress stretch, which is home to other popular restaurants, hotels, and a ton of local shops. This stretch is also very walkable and convenient to everybody living in the Bolden Creek area, so that's what makes this central spot super popular. South First Street is another street that runs through the center of Bolden Creek and also into downtown. It's a really nice stretch because you'll also find local eateries, small shops, and that street is just continuing to get built up with new commercial development and a lot of nice local shops. So again, everything incredibly convenient. Most of it, depending on exactly where you are, is incredibly walkable as well. It's not super easy finding walkability in the Austin area because for the most part, things are very spread out, but in a lot of these spots, you can accomplish that, and that's why they are so incredibly popular. When I moved to Austin about 14 years ago, I almost bought a house in this particular neighborhood, and in hindsight, I really wish I had because it would be worth so much more money right now, but it is what it is. Now, this particular location is the easternmost neighborhood just south of the river, bordered by Lady Bird Lake, specifically to the north. This particular spot is, I'd say, great access to a lot of the outdoor activities that we found in Zilker and Bolden, like hiking, biking, kayaking along the river just north of this particular community. This neighborhood is also in close proximity to South Congress Avenue, similar to Bolden Creek. just on the opposite side of South Congress Avenue itself. The name of this neighborhood is Travis Heights, and it's a very tight-knit and engaged neighborhood is probably a really good way to put it. Residents often participate in the neighborhood events that they put on, block parties, and even initiatives to maintain the neighborhood's charm and preserve a lot of the historical integrity that you'll find in Travis Heights specifically. The neighborhood association also provides a very active role in organizing events, advocating for local issues, and really fostering a sense of belonging amongst residents. So that's what a lot of people who live in Travis Heights love. Again, the neighborhood's close proximity to downtown, as well as the University of Texas, like these other spots that I've discussed, also really add to its appeal. It makes it a very attractive choice for professionals who live in the area and even students and families. With its mix of historic character, convenient location, and a very active community, Travis Heights really continues to be a sought-after neighborhood in Austin for a lot of people who are looking for a little more balance between maybe those urban amenities and a cozy residential feel. Now, this particular area may be one of the most eclectic areas in all of Austin, and by default, that makes it incredibly exciting. Now, East Austin specifically has undergone significant changes in recent years, evolving from historically a very underserved area to one that's certainly thriving, very creative, culture-oriented, and community-driven as well. In East Austin, you'll find certainly an artistic atmosphere in the area, local art galleries, studios, mural-covered walls throughout the sides of certain buildings. It's really a cool dynamic art scene in this particular spot, and that presence of local artists and entrepreneurs has really contributed to a much more welcoming vibe that draws both residents and certainly visitors to the city into East Austin. Now, one of my favorite things to do is eat and try new restaurants, and the culinary scene in East Austin is a major draw for a lot of people. You'll find a wide array of restaurants, from your casual food trucks and eateries, traditional Tex-Mex joints, to some of the trendier, more innovative fusion cuisine type spots, but really the neighborhood offers quite a bit in total. East Austin covers a very large area, but the closer you are to downtown, the more you'll find in terms of restaurants and new development. That new development includes anywhere from condos, renovated homes in a lot of these older neighborhoods, as well as mixed use amenities. Again, there are still numerous spots throughout all of East Austin that are really neat. So if you're not necessarily right next to downtown, it's a sprawling area with some other really great offerings. So you'll find breweries, live workspaces, paths along Lady Bird Lake that also runs into East Austin, east of our Interstate 35, and everything in between. So super outdoorsy, but a ton of really urban development that you can tap into. Also incredibly walkable, depending on exactly where you are in East Austin. So for those of you that really love that eclectic flair and definitely the proximity to downtown, you may really want to explore East Austin and see if it's something that's ultimately for you. I could go on and on about all of the great neighborhoods in and around Austin, and keep in mind, these are just several of some of the very exciting spots. So be sure to subscribe to this channel, because I'll be highlighting more of these great areas north of downtown Austin to really give you an overall feel for the area. Today, it was very South Austin focused, in and around downtown. But again, hit that subscribe button, because I'll be debuting some other really exciting spots north of Lady Bird Lake. If a move to or within the Austin area is in your future, please be sure to reach out, call, text, or email, because my team and I would absolutely love to help you and your family find your next home. Just as a reminder, my name is Aubrey von Behren. I'm a licensed real estate broker here in the Austin area, and I absolutely love sharing everything that I've learned over my roughly 14 years here in the Austin metro.